Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's up? I am Darnock with TGN bringing you another Starcraft 2 1v1 cast. Today I am casting a best of 3 from the group stages of BWC, that is the Blizzard World Championships. They did occur a couple weeks ago, I think a fortnight, but this is a series that did go uncasted, so I am going to be casting it because I love both of these players oh so much. In the upper right hand corner of Antigua Shipyards, we have the player everybody knows I have the biggest man crush on. That's going to be Nerchio. I'm sorry so many of my replay casts feature this guy, but he's such a good combination of being an incredibly talented player and playing in enough tournaments where it's really easy to find his replays against other really talented players. He frequently just always ends up being a really obvious pick for me to cast. I am trying to get more variety, but Nerchio, he plays a lot, and he plays a lot of good players, and he's good himself, so in an effort to bring you the highest level StarCraft 2 content I can, he does tend to be a player in some of my games. Now, his opponent is going to be the lower left-hand corner, as is standard on Antigua Shipyards. It is a 4-player map, but these days, it is always forced cross positions. That's going to be Creator Prime, spawning as the blue Protoss player. Now, I don't think I've ever casted Creator Prime before, but he is a very, very incredibly strong Korean Protoss player, and he actually has very, very good versus ZerG as well, so I am seriously concerned for Nerchio's chances in this series. Just recently at IPL 5, which just ended today, Creator beat Hyun, who is a GSL finalist. He was one of the finalists. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it yet because it's a good series, but Hyun was one of the finalists of this GSL Code S season. Creator beat him 2-1 in IPL 5 in the winner's bracket, and a while before that, he entirely won in TSL 4 by beating Life, who is also a GSL Code S finalist. So this guy has killed a lot of very high-level ZerGs, and honestly, I have to say, Hyun and Life both much better than Nerchio. I am a huge fanboy of Nerchio, but I'm willing to admit sense when I see it. They are very, very strong. They're both Code S finalists, whereas Nerchio has not even touched Code S. So I have some fear for my ZerG buddy over here. It's freaking me out just a little bit. Anyway, looks like we have a Forge Fast Expand coming out here from a Creator Prime. Very old school build. This build has been around for a long time, but you know what? It works, especially on this kind of map. There is a nice ramp leading up into the natural, so this type of opening, very strong. It's not the smallest map in the world, but in the current map pool, it is pretty damn small. Gone are the days where we have natural ramps that are like this big that you can wall up with like 3 buildings. Things are a little bit different now, so it's going to take him a little while longer to wall this off, but he will certainly get that walled off before the Lings arrive to really cause him any damage. The Photon Cannon, in fact, about to pop out, so unless Nerchio really wants to build a large swell of Lings and send them all across the map through the gauntlet that is this Photon Cannon, Creator Prime should be very, very safe. Now, Nerchio responding in a pretty typical way to this, going for a very, very fast third base. This one even a little bit faster than his standard. He's able to do that because he has not taken a single gas geyser yet. No extractors on the map thus far. Just built that spotting pool, that queen, and is now rocking the double hatchery expand. He knows he doesn't have to worry about anything coming out here from Creator Prime because, well, Creator Prime went for a Forge Fast expand, so he's not going to have a very large army. Another statistic about Creator Prime that I didn't mention is he also won the WCS South Korea Nationals, which is a big deal. Which is scary. Now, Nerchio, on the other hand, I haven't talked about him very much. That's because generally I end up repeating myself whenever I do, considering I cast him so much. But just in case you are a new viewer, you haven't really seen Nerchio play very much, he is an incredibly strong European ZerG. He is from Poland. He wins basically every European Cup he enters. Really, the only ones I've seen him lose lately are when he plays against Hyun, who's even better than Nerchio, and I'm even a bigger fanboy of. So that is something to keep in mind. Anyway, we see the scouting probe getting around over here. It does end up scouting that third base, so that's going to be very handy-dandy for Prime. He's going to know, or Creator, excuse me, not Prime. Prime is his team name. He's going to know exactly what he is going up against. And I think he may be going for that Startail Parting 3 Immortal all-in. That's starting to what this looks like it's going to be. He is researching +1 on the Forge, +1 ground weapons, and he is building a robotics facility right now. I would not be surprised at all if he went for that. It is a very, very strong way to play this This matchup right now kills basically any Zerg you are equal to in skill. You should be able to get a win off of it. So Nerchio may be in a little bit of trouble right here. He does have his Roach Warren coming down at a pretty decent time. The question is, how much is he going to drone? How long is he going to drone? And when is he going to switch over into making those defensive units? Excuse me. And what time will that be? And what kind of defensive units does he make? Does he make lots of roaches? Does he make lots of lings? Does he make some sort of combination of the two? It's always very, very important to really have a nice balanced unit composition, because if he goes too heavy for the roaches, then the immortals will just kill him. Now we see the first thing coming out of this is a warp prism. So this actually may not be, excuse me, that 3 immortal all-in coming out here from Creator Prime. In fact, it's not. He does have the Observer coming out afterwards, so that's not going to be what we're seeing here today. He's going to go for a delayed Warp Prism 4-gate, and it looks as if he's planning on taking it towards that 3rd base, so he's not trying to completely destroy Nerchio quite yet. He's just going to be planning on trying to take down this 3rd base. Now, there is some pretty good Overlord coverage coming out here from Nerchio right now. He's going to have a very nice spread, actually. He's going to see this coming beautifully if it does try to loop around the side. It looks as if Creator Prime, though, going a little bit more balls to the wall, just going to go straight over the destructible debris, it would appear. He might try to jaunt to the left, but if he does, Nerchio will see that. Now, there is a diversionary force starting to poke at that front of the creep spread right now. A couple of Zealots and a Stalker as well. Going to be drawing Nerchio's attention. In fact, he's just going to run those straight up the ramp. There are sentries in this Warp Prism. The sentries are getting dropped. One of them actually got dropped on the low ground. This was a misclick, I think, from Creator Prime. It doesn't look like it's going to matter, though, as he is crushing all of Nerchio's units. And I think Nerchio just loses this hatchery. I think he droned too long, did not build units fast enough. He does have 9 roaches on the way, which is going to be super helpful, but will it be soon enough? And will he be able to get past those force fields? I really don't think he would. Now the Warp Prism is starting to take some damage from the Queen. It hasn't quite taken any hull damage yet, but it's getting very, very low in shields. Now it's starting to take some real damage. Nerchio trying to push up this ramp. Zealots waylaying those units. The Sentry's not throwing down any force fields quite yet, just letting the roaches get all the way up here, which I think may be a misplay coming out here from Creator Prime. He has killed a lot of drones over here. Every single drone that was in the area has gone down. Now he's going to lose all of his attacking units, however. This crew of roaches is going to be able to clean things up quite nicely. Creator Prime is going to be able to get away with a fair amount of units, though, so that's nice. Anyway, taking a look at the Harvester tab and the workers, because we're going to see 13 drones did go down, which is not a small number. However, Nerchio does still have a worker lead by 3, so that actually went a lot better for him than it could have. I really feel like Creator Prime, I don't know if he got supply blocked or if he didn't have enough gas or what, but he should have used the sentries he had to force field this ramp and then warp in 2 or 3 more sets, more pairs of sentries to be able to keep that locked down, the ramp impassable, and he would have been able to get an entire hatchery if he did go for that route. Now he's trying to fly over to the main base. Is he actually going to do anything with this? The Warp Prism is very, very fragile right now. He has been seen by both of these overlords as well. You see there's a greeting party, a welcome party, in fact, of 4 roaches and some lings spawning as well in the area. So Creator Prime rightly going to say, you know what, this really isn't too good for me. I'm just going to fall back, kill a creep tumor, kill some more, in fact, because I have an observer and I can see those things. And then you can just lift up and run whenever he does need to, which is going to be now. Now is a good time to lift up, and there it is. Oh no, one Zealot does get left behind. That Zealot was pretty badass. He did get 7 kills, lived a long, full life. Anyway, behind all that harass, Creator Prime was able to start taking a 3rd base. That is about halfway done. He now has started producing Immortals, and I wonder if he's going to push out again and do a delayed 3 Immortal push. That would be kind of cool, but it looks like he's just building Immortals to build Immortals. He's going to chill back at home for the time being, get some more tech and infrastructure up. He does have +2 ground weapons on the way, as well as Blink from that Twilight Council, so going to be sticking with primarily Gateway and an Immortal-focused army right now. The Warp Prism doing some scouting right now, able to see, hey, you know what, my destructible debris just got taken down. Maybe I should get in a position to do that, to deal with that. Pretty good SimCity coming out here from Creator Prime as well. A couple of gateways, plus that Photon Cannon, going to leave him in a pretty defensible area. And in fact, Nerchio is going to see that. He's going to decide, I don't really want to attack into that. +4 Immortals, +4 Immortals, and 1,000,000 sentries. We're just going to fall back, retain our map control, and try and defend this 4th base. Now, Creator Prime sees this 4th base going up, so he's going to know that the time is ripe for a timing attack. However, Nerchio is on Infestor Tech, which has been giving Protoss and Terran players, basically everybody, oh so many problems in the eOnZerG matchup. He is going to have 6 pop out here in the relatively near future. However, they are not out yet. Only 3 of them going to pop soon, and then the rest have a good chunk of time left on them. So if Creator Prime is able to strike now and deal some damage, he could put himself in a very, very good position. Great force fields going down right now. He catches a lot of roaches. Now they're just going to run away off the other ramp, but still he did get a lot of free kills off of that. He is denying, at the very least, the drones mining from this base. Nerchio hasn't been able to transfer any drones quite yet. And this very well may go down. I mean, Creator Prime, or Nerchio, excuse me, doesn't really have a very large army. Now, he is getting a lot of Infestors, and he has a huge amount of Lings, who I'm trying to select to see if they have any upgrades. However, my mouse accuracy is awful, and I can't, so we're just going to watch them crash into the Protoss army. He's able to get them caught onto the sentries, which is where exactly he wants them to be. Now, the Infestors get blinked upon. They're taking a lot of damage. Almost all the Infestors going down. Only 3 remaining. The hatchery has fallen for Nerchio. This attack, very, very strong, very successful from Creator Prime, and he is keeping it going. He's attacking Nerchio when he's very weak. Does not have a lot of Infestors. There's a Spire on the way. Hasn't had a chance to produce anything, though. Nerchio is in a lot of trouble right now, and in fact, Creator Prime may just be able to take a win off of the back of this. He blinks down, going to try and focus down some more Infestors. Nice fungal is going to allow all the Infestors to get away, but man, Nerchio is still in trouble. Plus 201 Stalkers are very, very terrifying. Nerchio pulling everything he has, drones, Infestors, Queens, Zerglings, but it's not going to be enough. A hugely aggressive flank coming out here from Creator Prime, and there is the GG out of Ace of Nerchio. Creator Prime going to take the first game of this series. That leaves things at 1-0.